You're watching Global Toronto. This is Global News at 5:30.
Tonight we're taking a closer look at the Me Too movement and how it's affecting everyday lives.
And something that our Susan Hay brought up a little while ago was how is it changing something like dating? And it's so true because the whole game has changed, Susan.
Very much so. It's an interesting conversation coming up. Dating has always been complicated, right? But dating in the Me Too age has everyone talking and questioning this new reality with a new set of rules.
Will you go out with me?
What?
Dating.
No!
Why not?
I don't know, because I don't want to.
It certainly has changed over the years.
What do you think?
About the food or you?
And 2018 is no exception.
Thank you to all of you fabulous, strong, powerful Me Too's.
With the Me Too movement here to stay, how is it changing the dating game?
Masculinity is getting blurred, and women are still looking for a guy to take the lead.
I recently sat down with 4 men, all at different stages in life. And although they've never met before today, they all share one thing in common, and that's dating in a post-Weinstein era. I want to know how each of you are feeling today about this new reality that we're all living in.
There's certainly a much wider conversation going on, not only when you're on a date, but also between male friends.
I've heard a lot of people say relationships are like business now. I mean, you have to have rules. You have to have rules that make the relationship work.
And I don't think that flirting will ever stop, but I think that men will be more cautious.
Are you afraid to give compliments now for someone taking it the wrong way?
See, that's the thing. Maybe it could be perceived in the wrong way, but I feel like you just got to come off.
I think you got to do
friendly.
it if you're genuine about it. You can't be.
Yeah, and I would much rather do that than go on Tinder, because I feel like on Tinder, for men at least, there is this stigma that men are on Tinder because they want sex.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of men don't have self-control. We're not taught self-control. We think it's okay to have sex with anyone we want, and we need to learn that.
Another thing that men are telling me is that they're confused. They don't know really what women want.
So how do you feel now, though, asking
I'm
a
very
woman
open
for
and
consent, whether it's verbal or written?
For
I don't ask.
For this relationship, for you to kiss them, for you to go past that?
I mean, I think as an adult, as a person, you should be able to kind of read verbal signs, physical signs, if somebody's interested or not.
It's insinuated. It's
it's a lot of insinuated.
There's a new app that's trying to take away any confusion. It allows you to consent to having sex. It's called Legal Fling, making the do's and don'ts of a relationship clear.
It's something that's written, it then exists permanently. Now the problem with that is that people are allowed to change their mind in a sexual situation. If you've said yes to begin with, right, and then halfway through you're like, no, I'm not interested. If you have written consent, that's a huge problem.
In 1953, an American writer wrote, "A good man is hard to find." And good men in this day and age are having a difficult time navigating the waters of a relationship.
Just shut up and kiss me. Oh, that's awkward.
So where do we go from here?
Women are still looking for a guy to take the lead. Women are still looking for a gentleman, someone to pay for the date, someone to lead that date, to plan the date. And I think with the Me Too movement, men are going to take a step back.
But if a woman feels comfortable and she wants to pursue me, she should feel confident to do that.
Sure.
And that's where we should be getting to. So it's not, should women pursue men? Should men pursue women? It's just, people should pursue people irrespective of gender.
The problem is really with toxic masculinity and the way that we're raising young men and the language that they're learning and the way that they talk to women and the way they think about women. I can understand why women are defensive, but 100%. Not all men are like that.
So we want to thank our panel for being so open and honest, and that's what they said. It's all about being honest and transparency. But I think what this is all about is moving forward, but what this movement has done has sparked conversation, not just between women and men, but a lot of men, like these 4 guys, are really, really talking about what's going on. We've done a lot of talking here in our newsroom.
I think what your last guest pointed out is so interesting too, because it's this also the future generation, right? So my son and kids now, and what are we going to teach them, and how are we going to teach them about relationships between men and women, and what's going to change in that way? And I think it's bringing all that to the forefront too.
It really is. It really is.
All right, thanks so much, Susan.
You're welcome.